Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I made it. I made it. I didn't know if I was going to make it. Didn't have time to do like a good fucking clickbait thumbnail. The thumbnail sucks. But I'm here, guys. That's what matters, right? That's what matters. Hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving. What's up, everybody? You guys get your fill of the turkey? Did you guys eat a bunch of turkey today? Watch some football? Cowboys beat the Chiefs? It's funny. The Cowboys used to be the team I hated the most because I'm a 49ers fan. Yeah, I know I'm gay. Okay, I'm a 49ers. I'm a gay 49ers fan, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, by the way. Cowboys beat the Chiefs. I was actually happy. I was rooting for the Cowboys because over these last 30 years, since the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl, I've started to hate the Chiefs more than the Cowboys. And yeah, times change, boys. Times change. What's up, everybody? How you doing, Don? How you doing, Don? Adam? Say it, Piers more, dude. The Tucker Carlson clip. Look. I might get in trouble playing it. I mean, clearly Tucker was able to say it. His channel hasn't. I haven't seen the video removed, so I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna play the clip. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I fucking love it, dude. Tucker is in rare form, man. Rare form, and I think his problem with Piers is like, Piers, you're British, but you never talk. Maybe I'm wrong, but I never see Piers talking about all the bullshit that's going on in the UK. He's always obsessing with American politics. And it's like, why don't you talk about the shit going on in your country? Like, you know how people get arrested because they say something offensive? Isn't that a little weird? So yeah, that's going to be at the end of the show. We'll kick it off with Trump once again abusing female journalists. Trump has no chill anymore, man. It's I love it, to be honest. But yeah, like you ask him the wrong question and he will attack you viciously. And it's funny every time. Olin Dan Talk, what's up, brother? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, John McCarter. John, you have a sore throat. I'm sorry to hear that, Johnny boy. Gargle some salt water. You know, take some vitamin D. Make sure you take a good quality vitamin D supplement. And hopefully you'll be over that quick, brother. Happy Thanksgiving, John. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Say hello to cure my depression. Okay, who said that? I got to cure somebody's depression here. But I already cut off the name. Say hello to cure my depression. Who said that? What's the name? Where's the name? I can't find it because I can't scroll up. Or say of course it's a hard name to fucking say. Andreta. Happy Thanksgiving, Andreta. Hello, everybody. Let's get into the Trump clip. And again, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you didn't, maybe I can make it a little better for a couple hours. We'll try to have some fun. But yeah, here's Trump giving an update. And I did get it wrong yesterday because the last report I read, I think it was the governor of Virginia was the one who came out and said they were both dead. I forgot who it was, but they had said both National Guardsmen, one was a woman, one was a man, they both passed away. But then when I went live, that had changed, but I hadn't gotten the update. Apparently they didn't pass away at that time. They're still alive. But as of right now, the female guardsman has passed away, and I think the male is still alive in critical condition. So pray for him. Hopefully he'll recover. I don't know exactly all of his injuries. I think maybe Trump will go into more details here. But yeah, terrifying, sad. You know, these are young kids. You think, oh, these are soldiers. These are kids, bro. Like the lady was 20 years old. She's a child who just got murdered, essentially. In my book, I mean, 20, you're basically a child to me. I know you're an adult, but that's young, man. And then I think the dude was 22, 24, something like that. Let's hear the update from old Trumpy baby over here. Let's see what he's got to say.
Okay, we can cut that then. We can cut that. Hello.
Mr. President, good to see you. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
A question about this tragic shooting in Washington, D.C. U.S. officials say that the suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts, and that happens too.
You can't say cuckoo without also saying Cocoa Puffs. For some reason, when someone says he went cuckoo, I'm just waiting for he went cuckoo like Cocoa Puffs. they go together. You can't say one without the other.
It happens too often with these people. You see them, but look, this
Cuckoo
is how
for
they
Cocoa
come in.
Puffs.
This is how they're standing on top of each other, and that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted, and we have.
So was I right? Because I was like, did this guy come in the madness of trying to escape Afghanistan when everything went to shit under Biden? And it looks like it. He got in one of those planes that they filled to the brim. Look how many people are in this plane, bro.
A lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out, but they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they
for
let
what
them
this man
in.
did?
Are you stupid?
Yeah, this is where it goes south right here. It started so nice. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you. And now it's, are you fucking stupid? I kind of love it. I love it, though.
Are you a stupid person? Because they came into on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
Dude, these press conferences, I think they're just going to get more and more entertaining as we go through, get closer to the end of his administration. Yeah, apparently he was working with the CIA. Let's see if I'll try to pull something. I think Tim talked about it. Maybe I'll pull that up. But yeah, this guy who shot the 2 National Guards guy apparently was somehow working with the CIA in Afghanistan. So yeah, I guess everybody is connected to the CIA. Shit, I might be CIA. You never know.
And
Don Fillinger, are you CIA, Don? Guys, how many? Raise your hand in the chat if you're CIA. I need to know.
there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China. And with
it was embarrassing as fuck. I mean, if you guys don't remember, I mean, we spent so many years in Afghanistan. What did we get done? Nothing. Al Qaeda runs it now, or the Taliban. I forget. I mean, I'm not an expert in that shit, but basically, the people we were fighting now run Afghanistan, and we had to flee like a fucking rat fleeing a sinking ship. Fucking so stupid, bro. Such a waste of money and time.
they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you for having us here tonight. Have you spoken with Sarah and Andrew's family? And
We have a call in a little while, actually, right
And-
after this.
do you plan to...
Well, the family is devastated, as you can imagine. But we have spoken. I mean, my people have spoken with the family. We'll be speaking tonight, tomorrow. You have to give them a little. They just found out about their daughter. You know, you can't just call 2 seconds later.
Yeah, of course.
It's a
in the
very,
early-
very tough situation.
Obviously, it's
She
in
was
the,
so outstanding. I
details
mean, I just
about-
heard outstanding in every single way.
it's in the early stages, obviously, here, but do you plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. You know, I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of any
Back in
president
custody,
anywhere.
not
And it's, you know, these are great people. I love the people of West Virginia. I love the people of our country. But
I spent a little time in Reston, Virginia, and it was fucking beautiful. I was there in the spring. It was so beautiful, man. I enjoyed it. I was there for like a whole month. I loved every second of it.
I haven't given it any thought, but it sounds like something I could do, yeah.
The suspect-
It's very raw.
Yeah, of course. The suspect does have a wife and 5 children who live in Washington. Do you plan to deport them?
The suspect has?
The suspect?
Well, we're looking at that right now. We're looking at the whole situation with family.
Look, they brought a lot of Afghanis. I'm not sure the right term here. Afghanis, right? They brought a lot of them into my city too. And the talk now is like, they're going to be reevaluated and nobody else is going to be allowed. I mean, dude, look, that fucking dude didn't just fuck up shit for himself and his family. I mean, he fucked up the whole population of people here from Afghanistan, because now, like, who knows? There might be a ton of people deported that would have been here if this fucking dude didn't do what he did. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of for it, man. Like, to be honest, I'm for like stopping immigration altogether till we figure things out, get things under control. But it is terrifying, man, that like these are the people who they have a lot of reason to hate us, and then we're just gonna bring them in and be like, okay, you're American now. Hey, that's gonna work real well.
It's a tragic situation. Yeah, Jeff?
Mr. President, are there any changes you want to make to improve safety for National Guardsmen who are being sent into these cities?
No, just I want to have more. As you know, we're sending 500 more. We had very little crime in Washington now for many months, record-setting low crime, and this happened. And I don't know how you put this on the scale of that. This is sort of different. This is a terrorism threat, and this was done because they're so effective. If they weren't effective, you probably wouldn't have had this done. But this was done because the National Guard has been so effective. You went from having a tremendous amount of crime and death, killing, everything else, to having none. And this happened, I assume, because it was so effective. And maybe this man was upset because he couldn't practice crime. Who knows what his motivation was? But what he did was horrible.
And you've made changes for Afghanis' ability to apply for asylum. Do you blame all Afghans for this one man's mistake?
No, but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them coming in on these planes that are, look at them. There was no checking. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that shouldn't be here. And many of them have been gotten out. I mean, we've gotten out a lot of the people that, we've taken a lot of them out of here.
But many of them
they
are
came
here
in
legally, right?
Yeah, I know, this deal story. Many are wonderful, yeah,
No,
I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy, okay? They can't be happy. Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota, and we got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent governor, we have a dope governor. They can't be happy about what's going on. And if you talk about the Afghans, there's a problem because so many bad ones came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever the strongest people were physically in a way, but whoever the strongest, they got on the planes. There was no checking. They just
I wonder if you look at that picture, like how many of that crowd are women and children? And how many are adult males of fighting age? I have a feeling there's not that many women and children on that plane.
swamped the planes. They took off. We had no idea who they were. Yeah, do you want to ask a question behind?
Me? Hi, sir. Happy
Sure.
Thanksgiving.
Hi.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Go ahead.
One question about this asylum claim that is being floated. Of course, you just detailed that this suspect was flown in under the Biden administration.
Yeah.
But was he granted asylum under your administration?
When it comes to asylum, when they're flown in, it's very hard to get them out. No matter how you want to do it, it's very hard to get them out. But we're going to be getting them all out now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
So yeah, there was a, I said I read that yesterday that actually he was granted asylum under Trump, but then people are like, oh, but it was an Obama judge. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm in a city where there has been a ton of immigration. Okay, there are parts of the city that are kind of unrecognizable now. There's an area near a medical center where they call it the Texas Silk Road, essentially. And, if you went there 20 years ago, it was all Mexican restaurants. It was very San Antonio. That's changing now. It's just like all foreigner shit. It's great if you want to get some good Indian food, or there's a lot of restaurants like with Indian food and whatever the hell kind of food they make. But there's a lot of Afghanistan people here too, and you see them walking around, and they wear the gear of the Taliban. According to my what is he? My cousin's husband or whatever, a family member who served in Afghanistan. He freaks out when he sees it because he's like, "Holy shit! They're wearing the Taliban uniform, just walking around the street in a Taliban uniform." And this is a guy who's been multiple times to Afghanistan, and it's just weird, man. It's just weird how that works. Like, oh, we're gonna fight a war against these people, and then we're gonna bring them into the country. And again, they're not all bad, of course not. I mean, I've met a lot of them, or not a lot of them. I've met some. They're nice, but it is a little weird, man. It's a little weird. Yeah, I mean, I guess because of the population collapse. I don't think we're going to, maybe we'll see a slowdown under Trump, but it's going to go right back to where it was. Because, eventually we're going to get the same old back in charge. And it's going to be right back to just bring everybody over. Yeah, here's I couldn't find much else about this, but here's Tim talking about terrorists who gunned down guardsman was CIA asset.
That's sure crazy. Most of you have heard by now about the horrific incident that occurred in...
By the way, smash the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Help us get out to more people. And thank you for watching. Links in the description if you want to support or join the Discord. Thank you, guys.
D.C. just yesterday, 2 National Guardsmen were ambushed, shot. We have details on how it all went down. And we're learning that one of the individuals, at least one of the individuals, is actually local to us here at Timcast. So we are shocked, saddened, angered. And there's a lot to this story that goes to the failings of the previous administration and how we've gotten to this point. So for those that didn't see the story, I mean, this is the breaking news yesterday. Reportedly, this is and I'm sure this is all subject to change. We'll get more updates on exactly how everything went down. But a man ambushed two guardsmen, a female and a male. And according to these reports that I've seen, shot the female, took her gun, or had a revolver. There's been conflicting reporting. And then fired upon another guardsman and was ultimately shot a couple times before being subdued. Reports are the individual is not cooperating, but the latest update is that this individual had worked with the U.S. government, reportedly came into this country on a special program from the Biden administration and overstayed his visa. And now here we are.
This is even weird for me because I've been one that said, like, what's up, Bob? Is that Bob?
At Bobreen 1108 super chatted $10. Happy Thanksgiving, good sir.
Well, thank you, Bob. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, brother. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for the 10, bro. Even I was like, look, if like with Iraq, if there are Iraqis who sided with Americans, who fought for Americans, and their life is now in danger because they risked their life to help Americans, like, yeah, we should bring them in. And this is one of those guys, but Afghanistan, right? Like, he worked with the Americans, and like, if you leave him there, he's probably dead and his family's dead. So even I was like, yeah, these guys, we should bring them in because that's fucked up that they would risk their lives to help us, and then we're not going to get their back and just let them die. I think a lot of people felt that way, but even apparently these guys can't be trusted. I don't. That's insane, man. That's insane.
Response from many Democrats has been quite abhorrent, with them saying things like, if they weren't on patrol, they wouldn't have been shot. And there have been numerous liberal you know what, I'm gonna pull these up. I didn't want to drag anybody on such, but we've got to talk about this, my friends. Numerous instances of, you know what, I don't want to pull up anything graphic, in fact, so I'm not going to I'm not going to bring the slide over just now. But I want to show you some of the sentiment that we have been hearing, and I think it's important because it plays to this narrative they have about blaming the victim that we've seen quite a bit. This is Ed Krasenstein. If they weren't on duty there, raking leaves and standing in front of federal buildings for no good reason, this wouldn't have happened.
That's so fucking stupid. That's so stupid, dude. Like, anything to blame it on Trump. Anything to blame it on Trump. Like, oh yeah, if they would have just been at home, yeah, and if you didn't go for a jog in the middle of the night wearing that skimpy dress, maybe you wouldn't have got R-worded. It's very similar to that. That's just stupid, man.
It was Trump's.
How about this? How about if we didn't bring him into the country, this wouldn't have happened.
Stupid political stunt teamed with another lunatic killer that led to this. I have a question for Ed. Why were they shot? Why were they shot? This lunatic killer wouldn't have shot anybody else? Wouldn't have gone somewhere else and done it? No, I think the point is we shouldn't have to worry about National Guard walking down the street. The reason they're out there is because of lunatic killers. There was a shooting at a Christmas tree lighting in Chicago. A young woman was drenched in gasoline and then immolated. There is a reason why federal law enforcement is being dispatched. Now,
how many people's lives have been saved by the National Guard's presence? Right? Because there's been a huge downtick in like murder, violent crime, all that stuff. So there are people who are alive right now who probably wouldn't be alive if the National Guard hadn't gotten there, because it's a reality. Like the stats have dropped significantly. That's saving people's lives. Let's do it in other fucking cities, dude. If the mayor doesn't want to fucking, have the police do the job of keeping the citizens safe, then what the fuck? Yeah, the National Guard just sitting around with nothing to do. Let's sit them out there, and they don't even have to do anything. Just their presence alone. Just their presence will limit and lower crime.
Along with this story, there is another shocking element, and that is the question of how this happens, and the argument from many on the right that it is the left. Liberals, Democrats particularly, have been fomenting
_insanity
civil
became
war.
a member. At organized_insanity celebrates 1 month of membership. Time for streaming Terry's Nothing Else Good to Watch RN. Legend.
You're welcome, bro. Yeah. A lot of people aren't going to stream on. Today's one of those days where it's dead. There's no content. So I'm here. I'm here to save the day, give you some content. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being a member.
I know. Now, I'm somewhat reluctant is a better word to use, to say civil war as it could be foreign actors that are doing this. I want to pull in another one of these tweets here. Jane Meyer saying, "This is so tragic, so unnecessary. These poor guardsmen should never have been deployed. I live in D.C. and watched as they had virtually nothing to do but pick up trash. It was for political show, and what a cost."
Again, she doesn't get it. Just the mere presence. Police, a lot of times, if you just add more police and people see more police around on every corner, that's all you have to do to lower crime. Okay? That's it. Obviously, there's more things than just that you can do. But just the mere presence of law enforcement, be it National Guard or a police officer or any fucking law enforcement, that is going to have a massive downturn, a massive effect on crime stats, on crime being committed in that area. And this is why, defund the police and all this shit is just, it's fucking terrible. You want more people to die? Okay, great. Defund the police. I get it. Police suck sometimes. They're fucking terrible. But the cost of not having them is much worse than dealing with an asshole cop who all you have to do is just be polite. Most of the time. Just be polite. You'll be fine. When they're an asshole to you, just return fire with politeness and watch how things will go. It'll probably be fine.
They should have been deployed, and this murderer proves it. Now, they shouldn't have been shot. They shouldn't have been targeted. This killer shouldn't have been allowed in the country. But the fact remains, deploying the National Guard was because of the violent crime, because of the extremism. They're blaming the victims, essentially. Maybe they shouldn't have worn that miniskirt and they wouldn't have been raped, huh? National Guard patrolling our streets is what National Guard do. And these brave men and women should not have been in harm's way patrolling the streets to make us feel safe.
This is Joe Biden's fault.
This lunatic.
It is. If he didn't botch the fucking Afghanistan withdrawal and did it properly, I mean, we probably would have had less of these people that got no vetting and just kind of snuck into a plane, probably took the spot of somebody who probably should have been there. But then again, this is a guy that probably would have came in anyway if he was worked with the U.S. government entities in Afghanistan, including CIA. This is probably a guy that would have came over anyway. So this is George Bush's fault. If we're going to go back and we're going to find who's to blame, this is George Bush, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, the fuckheads who brought us the forever wars. It's really like that. The buck stops with them. And then a lot of other mistakes were made along the way. But we should have never done this through the Iraq war, the Afghanistan war. I wonder, like, if you could do the calculations, like how much better would our economy be? How much safer would we be? Like, I'd like to see a world where we didn't go off to Afghanistan and Iraq and waste all that money and create a lot of fucking bad will. You know, because I think we probably created more terrorists doing that.
This terrorist should not be excused in any way. Now, we have this from, I'm going to pull this in from the Post Millennial. If it loads, go ad free. Shooting of National Guard troops was targeted. Suspect in custody not cooperating. Now, I'm sure many...
Send him to Guantanamo, dude. Let's bring back enhanced interrogations, bro.
If you have heard a lot of these details, so here's the latest. The Afghan national accused of shooting 2 National Guard members blocks from the White House worked with various U.S. government entities, including the CIA, as a member of a partner force in Afghanistan, Fox News Digital has learned. Ramanullah Lakanwal, 29, entered the U.S. on the heels of the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021 under the Biden administration. Lakanwal arrived in the U.S. a month later under Operation Allies Welcome. Intelligence sources told Fox News Digital that Lakanwal had a...
I wonder if him coming to America just radicalized him even more. Right? Because you come to America, you think, oh, I got it made. I'm finally in America, the land of opportunity. And, oh, I'm going to make so much money. And then you get here and it's like, oh, actually, it kind of sucks. I can barely afford rent. I got to work 80 hours a week to get by. And then, I don't know, man, maybe just being in America radicalized him.
Prior relationship with various entities in the
People think it's so much better here than it really is.
U.S. government. In the wake of the disaster...
I'm sure it's better than Afghanistan, though, but...
disastrous Biden withdrawal from Afghanistan, the Biden admin justified bringing the alleged shooter to the U.S. in September of 2021 due to his prior work with the U.S. government, including CIA, as a member of a partner force in Kandahar, which ended shortly following the Kadak evacuation. John Ratcliffe told Fox News Digital. The individual and so many others should never have been allowed to come here. Now, we do have major updates. They are suspending applications from Afghanistan right now. And Pete Hegseth, I believe it was Hegseth, but it was announced 500 more National Guard will surge into D.C.
Okay, well, here's the part where Tim takes a 5-minute video and makes it 20 minutes. So we'll skip over. But yeah, that's crazy. So he was, as they say, one of the good ones who was helping Americans fight the terrorists. But he comes here and ends up committing a terrorist act. Who could have predicted that? Who could have predicted that? I don't know. Now, look, Trump's teasing this shit again. Please stop teasing and just say you're going to fucking do it. President Trump stuns Americans by announcing income tax getting cut to zero, possibly because of tariff revenue. Okay, Trump, please. If you're just going to tease us with this, I'd rather you not. Like, either do it or shut the fuck up. Because I want this so bad. I think it would be I think people would freak out and go, oh, how are we going to... Dude, if you really lowered the income tax burden on average Americans, that would be an immediate boom to the economy. And then if you stopped fucking taxing people trying to start businesses, little mom and pop businesses, taxing them like insane fucking rates, that's going to be good for competition because then more people can start businesses that maybe will get big and then compete with the bigger businesses. It would be a huge boom. But it actually has to be, well, I guess if the tariff revenue is so huge, the government can still stay big. But no, to me, you got to pair that with a huge downsizing of the federal government.
Over the next couple of years, I think we'll substantially be cutting, and maybe cutting out completely, but we'll be cutting income tax. Could be almost completely cutting it because the money we're taking in is going to be so large. And yet, other countries who have been ripping us off for many, many years, and many years they've just been ripping us to shreds. Over the next couple of years, I think we'll substantially.
Yeah, I'd much rather, for people who say tariff is still just, I'd much rather pay a tariff tax. I'd much rather pay a little more and decide whether I want to buy something that's made in America or something that's made in another country. I'd take that trade-off. I'd take that trade-off. And yes, I can still do, because is food going to be, is all food, like if I buy local food, which in Texas, almost pretty much all my food is locally made. Like, oh, am I going to pay a tariff on that? No. So you mean I get to keep my whole paycheck and then decide where my taxes go by where I spend my money? I'll take that deal. I'll take that deal. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to hold my breath because I will die from lack of oxygen because I don't think it's going to happen, but I do want to see it happen. Former White House workers, Intel production staff say the White House Trump video, everybody was saying this when I played this yesterday. The Trump video released on the DC shooting yesterday is AI generated using a model built from his previous speeches. Look, it was a little weird. I was like, he sounds kind of weird, but it wasn't weird like it was AI. It was weird like he was having a hard time pronouncing certain words, which I think if it was AI, the AI wouldn't have him flubbing words. But I don't know. I don't think it was AI, dude. I think everybody's getting so fucking paranoid that if there's any little weirdness in a video, it's AI. It's AI.
Great fellow Americans. Earlier today, on the eve of the Thanksgiving holiday, 2 members of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C., were shot at point-blank range in a monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House.
So, yeah, I mean, look, the problem is this could be AI. That's the problem. I mean, I'm sure there's some AI, video AI that is at this level to where you can't spot the difference that probably the government has or the military has. Because, you know, they're always so far ahead with technology from like the public, what the public has. But I don't know. I don't think this is AI. I think everybody's getting really paranoid. Really, really paranoid about everything. So we'll see. It's the audio makes it sound like AI. I don't know. People are saying this in the video. Like they're saying here. They cite the mechanical body language and pixel shading artifacts on his hair and suit. So, I don't know. It sounds like Trump, what Trump sounds like when he reads from a teleprompter. You know? And I've seen some weird videos where there's like dudes. I might have to start doing this, guys. You know, if my numbers don't go up, I might have to go this route. Just kidding. I won't do this. But there's like this Asian dude. Well, first you see this hot Asian chick and she's talking to the camera. And then it shows you like this old Asian dude who's like actually the one talking. And then the AI just puts this hot Asian chick filter over him. So it looks like there's so many dudes are going to be getting they're going to be getting catfished by old Indians and every like old third world country guy who's like trying to scam. Oh man, it's going to be sad how many dudes are going to be sending money to old men in foreign countries because they think it's a hot fucking chick. So this looks like this is coming. I do want to see this. I'm not the biggest Piers Morgan fan, but I want to see somebody. I want to see Nick go on a show where it's not just they're going to kiss his ass. I want to see it get heated. I want to see a fucking battle, dude. I want to see a good debate. And I want to see Nick address a lot of the shit that is like making the rounds. A lot of the clips we've all seen.
It's been difficult to avoid the subject of Nick Fuentes lately. We've quite rightly debated his growing influence and the resulting schisms in the MAGA world. It's now been brought to my attention this has annoyed Nick Fuentes.
Piers Morgan, how many shows is he going to do about me but not have me on the show?
Okay, fair enough. Maybe it is time we had a chat. So give me a call or a direct message if that's your thing, and we'll do the interview, Nick Fuentes. And let's see how you get on.
That looked like a little bit of a challenge at the end. Let's see how you get on. I don't think Piers, maybe somebody says Piers is going to wash his balls. I don't think so, dude. I think Piers is going to fucking go at him hard. I think he is. Yeah, somebody said they've been enjoying the show last couple of days, but they're not feeling well. Yeah, Sound X Phonetic. Hope you feel better, brother. I was there. I had a tooth that got infected, and it was like just a disaster. I don't know what health problems you're going through, but hopefully it's something you'll get better from. Hopefully you're not dying. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if you got brain cancer and 2 days to live. Hopefully that's not the case, but otherwise, just focus on the future. You'll get better. You know, try not to wallow in the pain and misery, because it does suck when you're not healthy and you're not feeling well. Same to John McCarter. John McCarter, hope you feel better. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. Eat some chicken soup, John. Take some vitamins. And you'll get better, bro. Stephen A. Smith goes nuclear on Mark Kelly for telling military to disobey him. You guys ready to hear Stephen A. Scream at you for 4 minutes? Let's hear it.
Respectfully, Senator, what the hell are you doing? Looking into the camera.
That shirt is something else with that glass combination. It just looks weird. Doesn't he look a little weird?
And telling military men and women to ignore the commander-in-chief. How dare you? How dare you do that? That's right, I'm calling out. I never served in the military. That's true. I have family members who did. Some of my best friends have. Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army. I haven't heard one of them, not one of them, say that was okay. How dare you do that?
Do you think Stephen A. can make it through Thanksgiving dinner with his family without yelling at them multiple times? Imagine having Thanksgiving with this guy. Pass me the fucking green beans. Hey, calm down, Stephen A. Calm down. Dare you not pass me this green beans? Everything's a yelling with this guy. Everything.
Is it treason? No. Is it punishable by death? It shouldn't be. So the answer is no. But you know better, Senator Kelly. You know better. How dare you do that?
He's right.
What are you supposed to do? You're a ranking senator.
Apparently, they are investigating Kelly right now. So that would be interesting if we saw actual charges come down on these people.
You could go to the Senate. You could go to the House. You can draw up paperwork. You can try to start articles of impeachment if you think there's something illegal. I mean, damn, it ain't like y'all haven't done it before. You impeached the man twice. Where'd that get you? Got us behind back in the White House. Had you left him alone since 2020, maybe he wouldn't be back.
Well, this is, somebody says, does Stephen A. Smith ever talk in a normal tone? This is his normal tone. This is his inside normal voice. You should hear him when he's actually mad.
Terrorizing the Democratic Party the way that he is. But you did it. You did it. And here you are again with this nonsense. How dare you do that? I'm not a military person, and I know better than that. You don't tell military men and women to ignore an order from the commander-in-chief. You don't do that. Is it going to amount to what Trump tried to embellish and indicate? No. But that don't make you right. How dare you do that?
He does something about this outfit. It's just fucking like uncanny valley. I don't know. There's something weird about this outfit that just doesn't look right.
He's the commander-in-chief for the United States military. Period. You have no business doing that. None. And by the way, the biggest reason is because what was illegal? You didn't tell us what it was. What laws? Why did I bring up A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Kiefer Sutherland in that sequence and Kevin Bacon? Why did I bring it up? Because the mere thought of you even implying that a military officer is engaging in some type of salacious or illegal activity is trouble in the military, not the court of laws for civilians, the military. Senator Mark Kelly knows that.
All right, we get a break from the yelling for like 3 seconds.
Trump is giving illegal orders. What are the illegal orders? How come you didn't tell us?
How he switches from like screaming at the top of his lungs to just calm and quiet. I wonder if his producer was like, okay, you hit your yelling quota. That's enough. You got no more yelling for at least a minute.
Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Why do you think the investigation is going on? Why do you think Trump is all over Pete Hegseth? over the Department of War and the FBI with Cash Patel,
it's
and
building.
folks are looking into and probing what's going on and how can they get to Mark Kelly because they know he did something wrong. You crossed the damn line. You are an elected official in the nation's capital. We have a constitution. You got a problem, you go through the necessary process. Whether it's Akeem Jeffries in the House, whether it's Schumer in the Senate, or anybody else. That is the point that's the process you're supposed to go to.
All right, well, he made it like 30 seconds without yelling.
You don't go in front of the cameras and give military.
You could see he went quiet and then it all started building back. And then now we're back at just top of the lungs.
Military officer or military personnel a directive to ignore their commander-in-chief, and you've given no evidence what his illegal orders were. And if you try to sit up there and say, oh, it was just alluding to a future reference to future situations, oh, so he's going to give you an illegal order in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that flies over the airwaves of Sirius XM or one of these news networks or something like that. It does not apply in our military. You can't do that.
Absolutely right. And yeah, I'd like to see these people prosecuted because I know what they're doing. They're hiding behind, well, it's not illegal. I mean, don't follow illegal orders. What's wrong with saying don't follow illegal orders? Like, you know what you're fucking doing. You know what you're doing. And yeah, let's see. Let's bring them up. Let's see them face justice. Let's see if we can get them prosecuted. But you know they won't. They'll be fucking probably, if they were ever to go to court, you know, some judge would drop it like they did with Comey. They dropped the Comey charges. I forgot what it was, but it was so fucking stupid. What was the reason they dropped the Comey charges? Some dumb reason. I forgot what it was, man. I got to pull that up again. But yeah, Comey's already off the hook, looks like. Gen Zers asked Tim Miller to stop calling everyone on the right a fascist as it fuels political violence. Isn't that kind of the purpose? His response, if they don't want to be called fascists, they shouldn't act like fascists. Again, what I see in my everyday life, watching the internet and talking to people, essentially, if you're not on their side and you're not socialist, you're a capitalist, you're a fascist. Essentially, capitalism is fascism. Guys kind of are, though. That's the problem. It actually kind of fits more. Right? But no, we're not communists. We're socialists. We're not. It's like, okay. All right. But it does fit far more than fascists. Fits Republic. That one. Enough of that one. This is probably what it's like to have Thanksgiving. I would love to have Thanksgiving dinner with Alex. That would be so wonderful.
I will go to hell before I sit here and I watch this country and the world turned over to these savages. I'm done. I'm pissed, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. You Satanists want to sacrifice the West. You want to kill the beautiful goddess that is the West. You people are enemies, and we're going to get your asses, and we know what you're up to, and we're coming for you. So I've had enough of these people. Okay, so I've been containing this for the last week. That's why I've been in here sweating, getting pissed. I will.
I imagine it's probably pretty accurate. I'm sure it's something close to that. Because when you talk to people like Alex's own family, they say what he is on the air, he's off the air, except times 10. It's actually more. You get more Alex Jones off the air than you would on the air. Alex seems to have calmed down on the air a little bit lately. You know, we need unhinged, crazy Alex coming back. Here's Elon Musk saying falsely labeling nonviolent people as fascist or Nazi should be treated as incitement to murder. It'll never happen, though, unfortunately. Because it's a free country, right? You're allowed to call people fascist, aren't you? Aren't you? I believe you are. I mean, what the fuck? So here we go with this one. Let's see. Let's try playing this. Let's see what happens. Let's see, because Tucker's team is real quick when you fucking react on a live. It seems to be fine afterwards. So like, I can react to a Tucker clip, not live, but the moment I react to it live, all of a sudden, you got a risk of your live stream being blocked, like it was last time. It's very weird. It's weird because then my stream goes up and there's no copyright claims, there's no problems whatsoever. But there is a risk that they will just momentarily block your live stream reacting to it. So let's see. We'll give it a try. And apparently, no matter how much I fucking interrupt and add commentary, it doesn't seem to matter. But we're going to watch this. You're sounding quite homophobic. Piers Morgan refuses to acknowledge the rise in homosexuality. Piers, if you're gay, you're gay. Tucker, I think you can be moved in that direction through propaganda and pornography. I used to believe that too, like you're either born gay or you're not. I don't actually think that's the case anymore. I really don't. I think I think there is something probably, I mean, they haven't found the gene for it yet, but I'm sure there is something biologically there. But I think it's also like life experience, you know, and then a lot of kids, like if they make something cool, you know, people see, oh, I get attention if I do this, you know, and you can push kids in a certain direction pretty easily.
What's wrong with homosexuality?
Well, if you encourage it and the rate goes up, people have fewer kids. I don't know. Did you do biology?
Well, no.
So
just to be clear, most gay people don't have kids.
That's the point I'm making.
Right, they don't.
So if all of a sudden you have more people being gay, which you do a lot.
No, you don't. People don't pretend to be gay.
Do you have the internet?
Huh?
I don't know. I'm not saying they're pretending. I'm saying
you've
got way more.
You're gay, right?
Well, you know, we used to say that, but
you don't think so?
Well, I used to think that, but all of a sudden
I think lots of people putting their hand up saying they're trans. That's a different issue.
Oh, it's totally different.
It is.
There's no way that's a real stat. Bro, if you have older brothers, you're like 50% more likely to be gay. Is that an actual real stat? Because that doesn't make any sense. You would think having older brothers, unless your older brothers are gay, like there's some weird shit going on in your family there, but I would think having older brothers would not equate to more of a likelihood of being gay. I don't know how that doesn't make any sense.
Not part of the continuum. It's not like gender isn't real.
Doesn't make any sense. Hold on, let me search this because you got me curious. Like, is this even true? Let's see. It's an exaggeration of a real scientific finding called the fraternal birth order effect. This effect, first identified in the 90s by researchers like Ray Blanchard and Anthony Bogart, shows that each additional older biological brother increases the odds of a later born male being gay by about 28 to 48%, not 50%. I mean, pretty close. Older sisters and non-biological siblings don't have this impact, and the effect is prenatal. To put it in context, if the baseline odds of a man being gay are around 2% with no older brothers, having one older brother raises it roughly to 2.6 to 3%. Two older brothers, it goes to 3.5 to 4.6%. What is going on in families like that? What are these brothers doing, bro? What are you guys doing? That's completely counterintuitive to me. I don't know. Weird. But I guess there is some truth to what you're saying there, man.
I can pretend.
But if you're gay, you're gay.
Well, you know, we were told that, and I believed a lot of things.
Do you not believe that?
Well, it's demonstrably not true because science tells us it's not true.
You think people are making it up?
I don't think they're making it up at all.
So what's your point?
I think that you can be moved in that direction through.
Yeah, I have one older brother, but he was so much older than me, I didn't really hang out with him. Like, he was out of the house by the time I barely have any memories of like living with him. I don't think I have. Yeah, I have some, like very, very few. I remember kicking his ass. It's funny because I was little and we were fucking around like wrestling or whatever. And I remember kicking him in the balls, which is the move you do when you're tiny and you're fighting your older brother. And that was it. You know, even though I was like 1/10 his size, a little kick in the balls, man. That's all it took. But yeah, it's so annoying. I keep getting these notices. Oh, we've detected copyright match and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, can I not react to shit live? This is a new thing with YouTube. Like, it's like, I don't know. I've never gotten this problem before. But we're going to try to get through this. If the stream does go off and you see that same thing that happened the last couple days ago, you know what it is. This is fucking retarded. It's like, just either copyright claim me or not. Right? Like, you're not going to copyright claim me, but you're going to stop me from reacting live by blocking my live stream, but you're not going to copyright claim me? That's a little weird. Just fucking copyright claim me already and get this shit over with and take the money, but let me fucking react to it.
propaganda and pornography.
Come off it, Tucker.
Well, then how do you explain?
Is there anything that would make you? Could I make you gay?
How hard do you want to try?
Dude, if you haven't seen this podcast yet, this is, I'm telling you, it's one of the best podcasts I've seen in a long time. Tucker was on fire, dude.
Not hard, I can tell you.
Good. That's the spirit, Piers. There's a limit. Even an open-minded man like you kind of hate the gays.
Could I make you gay?
I make a little gay joke, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to be gay.
I
no.
Why are you using a gay slur? That's fine.
Well, first of all, the context matters. As I've told you, I mean, that's like coffee table conversation between the gays I work with at Fox. Faggot. Mm. So if it's okay with them, it's okay with me. It's just it's sort of like it's sort of like racism.
By the way, just a little warning. You know, if you're watching this around the table with family, there's going to be a lot of F-bombs. Okay. Let's see. Tucker can get away. Let's see if I get away with it playing the clip. I bet you I get in trouble for playing the clip, but we'll take a shot.
Only the whites are upset about it?
You don't actually think people can be persuaded to be gay?
Well, then why don't you explain the twofold or threefold increase in self-identified homosexuals in the United States?
I can. They used to be repressed. It used to be illegal in this country until the mid-60s. Mm-hmm. You literally went to jail.
So all through history.
Hang on. You literally were put in a prison cell if you were openly homosexual.
That was more here, actually. You guys did Oscar Wilde. We didn't. But
it was
you
terrible.
also...
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it was terrible. You ruled the world at the time, and now you're a joke dependent on foreknown banks.
And you think that's...
At L_FA67 super chatted $16. I super chatted $20, but Tucker got $4 of it.
That's one thing they still can't touch. Like, they can take the ad revenue if they copyright claim, but they can't take the super chats. So you don't got to worry about that. They won't take the super chats, but they'll take the ad revenue, which is fine. I make like $8 in ad revenue. It's fine. Go ahead, take it. It's fucking stupid. It's just annoying because it's like, clearly you guys know this is fair use. That's why you're not copyright claiming me. But you have set up some system that stops me from being able to do my reactions live, which is so fucking annoying. Some of us do live streams and you're fucking us over.
But everyone's gay, so it's like a great trade.
So allowing gay people to be openly gay is why we wrecked our country.
Mocking masculinity is the fastest way
different
to servitude.
Totally different
Ask any Pakistani. That's why I like the Pakistanis here. You talk to a Pakistani cab driver and you're like, why are you gay? And they will start laughing because they've watched the
Yeah, Isaac, sir, you're essentially right, bro. Sorry, I'm not saying you're wrong. I was just fact-checking you with the AI.
30 cents. Piers is repressed.
You think so? I mean, he does kind of come across like he might be a little, you know, he might be questioning certain things about his life. But is Piers married? Is he married? Does he have kids? Find out. I would imagine he would be married. Come on. Yeah, he's married to his second wife, the British journalist and novelist Celia Walden. They tied the knot in 2010. They have one daughter. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Piers ain't gay. He's straight, or he's a beard, you know. He's pretending to be straight, but I think he's straight.
Video, and they're like, I'm not gay. I'm a man.
What's it got to do with masculinity?
Ask a single Briton, why are you gay? They'd be like, well, I'm not gay, but it would be okay if I was.
Mm.
And it's like, there's no masculine self-respect at all.
You're sounding quite homophobic.
I'm not afraid of gays at all. I'm just asking, actually,
you don't actually think they really exist by the sound of it.
Well, they exist.
No, but are they real? Is their sexuality genuinely
Are they sleeping with dudes? Big time.
Well, and women.
Big time, bro. Yeah, I just love this.
Are they attracted to members of their own sex?
Mostly dudes. The lesbian thing is way overblown.
Actually, there are a lot of lesbians.
How many?
I haven't.
It does seem like there's. That kind of is a good point. It does seem like there's way more like gay men than there are like lesbian women. Is that true? I gotta look up this stat because it does seem that way to me too. Like just general. Let me see. Let's see what we get here. Yes, there's way more.
At Burbst super chatted $1.30. His safe word is watermelon.
Not right. That's not right, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. See. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, there are more gay men. Women are far more likely to identify as bisexual. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, women just make out you know how women are, dude. Like, they'll make out with another chick at a party because it's fun and cool and the guys like it. Women are far more likely to identify as bisexual, 5 to 6% versus 1 to 2% for men, which boosts overall female LGBTQ numbers, but not lesbian specific ones. So yeah, essentially, yeah. There's more gay men than lesbians.
Counted, Doug.
Which sucks. You know, I kind of wish it was the other way around.
I love this
Actually, do I? No. Actually, I want... No, what do I want? Do I really want women to be bi? Not really. Do I want my chick to make out with another chick at a party? Yes. But do I want her to actually be bi? No. So what is that? What would you call that? Just having fun? I don't know.
Conversation.
Not recently.
This is so great. You're going to get so fucking arrested after this. It's going to be unbelievable.
No one's arresting me.
Okay.
No one's arresting me. But I'm just curious whether you think that gay people
let me
actually are gay, or whether you think they've been somehow turned.
For the third time, I think it's completely sincere.
Right.
Completely sincere.
So what's your problem
The question, I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm merely saying you get fewer children when more people are gay.
No, you don't.
Well, actually, you do.
More people aren't gay. Just more people are able
you don't
to
get.
they're gay.
Hold on. You don't get
There
fewer.
were always
Well, hold
gay
on. Wait,
people.
stop. Okay. Was it like 30% of the population always, like in Roman times? For about 30%, would you say?
Yeah. Do you think about like the Greeks and the Romans? The way that shit was normalized in their culture, it's pretty terrifying. That you can have a culture that's just like, oh yeah, we sleep with boys. That's a rite of passage for my child. He's got to go find a grown man. That's just strange shit, bro. I'm glad we got rid of that. But it's just weird that it even happened in the first place, isn't it? Let's do this. I'm going to try to mix this up because I'm tired of seeing this fucking message. Heads up. We've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Okay, I'm tired of seeing that, so let me try something else. Let me mix this up. I guess it's just got to be the fucking audio. Because I don't think it's even the video matching. I think it's just the audio. Tucker, if any of you guys are watching this, get your shit together. Okay, just copyright claim people. Stop blocking. I guess you have people live streaming your content and just stealing it and just like taking it wholesale and posting it. I guess that's what's going on. And you guys aren't happy about that. But whatever little system you set up here is fucked. And you need to fix it. Because you're basically going to get yourself in legal hot water because there are people who are fair use reacting, you are legally attacking their ability to do their fucking show and react to your show in a fair use. It's really starting to piss me off, Tucker. I'm going to stop being a fan. I'm going to stop being a fan if you keep this up, okay? Get your shit together. Just copyright claim people like a normal fucking person and take their revenue. That's fine. You want to do that? At least I have a, if I feel it's not fair use, I can go and fucking dispute that. I can't even dispute this. This is just automatic. You're just going to block my show all of a sudden. And I have no say in it, dude. This is a weird system that's fucked up, Tucker. It's fucked up. Whatever's going on here, maybe it's an employee of yours that set this up. But it's a fucked up thing you're doing.
Freeman 3 super chatted $20. These are the arbiters of societal discourse. God help us all.
Yes, we're fucked. There's no doubt about that, bro. We are definitely fucked. Thank you for the 20, brother. Yeah, let me try. I'm gonna mix it up. Let's try a different. Or maybe it's YouTube system's fucked up. Let's try it like this. Let's see what happens like this. See if I still keep getting this fucking notice.
I'm just saying.
No, it was like this is
the falling birth rates have nothing to do with
if you have
gay
more
people.
If you have more gays, do you have fewer children?
We don't have more gays.
We've got way more gays.
No, we have more people who are not afraid to say they're gay.
They're letting their freak flag fly.
They are actually gay, Tucker. They just haven't been able to admit it.
So why isn't that the case like in Asia?
What do you mean?
I don't think there's no Asian country, and they're not all like putting gays in jail. Malaysia might be. Korea's not. South Korea. Why is their self-described homosexuality rate so much lower than yours? Japan.
Yeah, but they also they eat a lot of soy too. So I was thinking maybe it's our food because testosterone levels are plummeting. There's so much soy in fucking everything. But then the Asians they put soy sauce on fucking everything. Doesn't seem to be a problem with them. I'm thinking there is a bit of culture thing there because like we went from like, yeah, we shouldn't treat gay people mean. We should not, bully them and we should make them feel safe and not attack them and hate them and blah, blah, blah. And that moved to like, oh, let's celebrate this lifestyle now. Now the gay kid in school, the teacher's going to give you extra attention. And you kind of, it seems to like push people in that direction, especially when you have vulnerable kids who just want attention. And they see that as a route to become special and get attention. It's just a theory I have, but I think that plays a part in it.
Same.
Because culturally, it is not a thing.
So
to
it's
admit you're
genetic.
gay.
You think it's genetic?
No, it's cultural.
No. People become gay.
But last World Cup.
Wait, but how do people become gay?
Let me give you the World Cup is coming.
I want to talk about soccer.
I'm telling you why.
I want to talk about the gay thing.
I'm telling you why.
How they become gay? Why are you gay?
1 in 4 countries in the last World Cup actually.
I think Tucker took some Adderall before this show, bro. He's on another level.
Outlaw being homosexual. It's a criminal offense. Do you think that's right?
I don't care.
We should care.
Okay, I really care.
You've
got people arrested for using the word faggot. That's who I feel sorry for. This chick from Britain.
So you feel very exercised about that.
Yeah, she's in Great Britain. She's not in some primitive theocracy.
Are you not as exercised about people being arrested and put in a prison cell for their sexuality if they're gay? Why do you feel as angry about that?
Because it's not.
I do wonder why Piers, he's so focused. He's a UK guy. He's from Britain. But every time he's talking, he's so focused on American politics. When shit in his own country is so fucking terrible, why aren't you focusing on the problems of your own country? Why aren't you ever talking about the fucking people that are getting arrested for having offensive speech? Have you ever seen Piers talk about this shit? All he ever does is talk about American political drama and every little drama thing in America. What I like to know what you think about all that, Piers. Like, what do you think about what's going on in the UK, bro?
My culture. It's not my country. It's not.
Come on.
Well, I'm not for arresting any. I'm for arresting very few people.
You think people should be arrested for their sexuality?
Of course not.
What, so you agree with me?
Okay, I will not, as also a talk show host, you're not going to get me off my path. And my path leads to this question. How do people become gay? Why?
They don't become gay.
By the way, I mean, this would probably make a great edit. This whole thing, it would make a fucking fantastic edit.
What? Are they born gay?
Yes.
How does that work?
They're born gay.
How?
They have a sexual attraction.
No. I understand the manifestations, the symptoms.
The symptoms?
Yeah, the symptoms. The symptoms of my...
They're born gay.
Okay. So that means it's genetic.
You may not want to
that means
acknowledge that.
No, I'm just asking how it works.
That.
So there's a gay gene.
You said you worked with lots of gay people.
Hold on. Right? There's a gay gene.
Did you not have this conversation with actual gay people?
Yeah, a lot of them say I got molested. That's why I'm gay. In fact, a really good friend of mine who's gay said I got molested. That's why I'm gay.
You think all gay people are gay because they got molested?
No, I don't think that. But I am.
Like the point Tucker's trying to make basically is a free speech point. And Piers keeps trying to pivot it into like, oh, you think gay people should be arrested? Oh, you think he's trying to make it like, oh, you're just a bad person who hates gay people. Rather than address the point of like, what the fuck is going on in your country that people are being arrested for their words? For their fucking words.
I'm wondering.
Does Piers ever like say he's against that? Does he ever call that out and go, it's terrible and I disagree and we should fight to change that?
I don't know the answer. But I would
say the absolute vast majority of gay people are gay because they are actually attracted to members of their own sex.
No. But again, that's a manifestation.
That's a natural thing.
You're not. Let's just do science for 30 seconds. Of course, you're right. That's the definition of gay. I'm attracted to someone of my same sex.
Do you believe that?
Do I believe that they're attracted to people from their own sex?
Yes.
Well, obviously, they have sex with them.
Okay.
So that's what attraction.
So what's the big deal? Why do you care?
My question, because the self-reported incidence of it has risen. So we were told 30 years ago, and I have a good memory, it's about 10%, but the actual
because people were being mercilessly
listen. Then, but the self-reported rate was like 5%. Then it's 10%. Now it's like 30%. So my question is, were they all born that way? 30% of a population is born homosexual? As an evolutionary matter, you tell me how that works. How do you...
30? Is it 30%? Wait. Let's see this. That's an unbelievable number. It's 3.4%. Is he talking about Rome or something? I mean, according to what I'm seeing, 3.4% of American adults identify as gay. So that's gay and lesbian. Let's see. These estimates come from self-reported data in nationally represented polls, which have remained relatively stable over time, unlike broader LGBTQ identification, now at 9.3%. Largely driven by rising bisexuality, especially among younger women. Okay, so it's 9.3% that identify as LGBTQ+. So the full spectrum is 9.3. So that is a lot. That's nearly 10% of the population that identifies as being LGBTQ, whatever. One of the letters in that fucking giant alphabet. That is a lot, bro. And a lot of it is looks like it's just women that are claiming to be bi. It's like, oh, I kissed a girl one time. I'm bisexual. I'm part of the LGBTQ community as well.
You reproduce.
No, you're not. Okay? That doesn't count.
At L_FA67 super chatted $10. Please tell me Tucker comes out of the closet by the end of this interview.
No, unfortunately not. Tucker is a straight man. He's a straight man with a lovely wife and a bunch of kids. But I could edit it to make that be the case. Everything's here to make an edit where Tucker comes out of the closet and tries to have sex with Piers Morgan. It's all here, dude. It's all here. Thank you, LFA. Appreciate the 10, brother. Yeah, back to that, what I was saying. Like, if you're, you kissed a chick at the strip club, like, I'm sorry, that doesn't make you really bi. It doesn't, lady. Okay? All right?
30% of the population.
In the United States, in a lot of places, it is 30%.
Not here. Not 30%.
Way higher here based on the vibe.
What is way higher is the number of people compared to 30.
But where does it come from?
30 years ago.
Is it genetic, and where's the gene?
30 years ago, gay people were persecuted.
I know, I've heard the story.
No, they were.
We were commemorating Stonewall the other day at my house. I'm on board with all of this stuff. Yeah, the Candlelight Vigil, we always do it every year. Every February 9th, I arrest my kids in this kind of mock Stonewall thing.
What do you do if one of your kids...
They say, I just want to be free, and then I unlock the handcuffs.
What happens if one of your kids says they're gay?
I love my kids no matter what. I love my kids no matter what they did. They're my children.
Would you think someone had turned them into a gay person? Or would you accept them as a
I'm a journalist, so I actually want to know what the real answer is, not the bullshit propaganda answer.
What would you say to them?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. You say people are born gay.
You what you would do.
You don't want to answer because you don't have an answer because you know that your answer is bullshit.
No, my answer's correct.
I don't think Tucker likes fucking Piers, dude. And it makes sense. Like, Tucker and Alex are really good friends, right? Tucker and Alex Jones.
At Bordy Workar super chatted $2. Yeah. This interview is perfect for the trip edit.
Yeah, this has like so many lines. It's everything's there to be put together. Everything you need to make a nice old-fashioned I'm gay pink trip edit is there for this. The problem is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I could trust Tucker to do an edit of his shit the way they're fucking behaving, where I can't even fair use react to shit with commentary. Like, that was always the line that I could always fair use commentary and react to something. That was fine. The edits was always the is that fair use or not, which I think 100% is. But then people are like, but there's no commentary. It's 100% other people's material. But it's like, yeah, but it's still transformative, which is the ultimate factor. And whether it competes with the original and if it's transformative, those are the ultimate factors. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. Tucker, reach out. Give me a call, Tucker. Let's talk about this. I want to understand what the fuck your team's doing over there. Please.
They're born that way.
They're born gay.
Then is there a gene for it? And you know there isn't. So tell me, a gene, it's the code that determines your physical and emotional characteristics. You have blue.
I'm sure somebody's out there working really hard to find that gay gene right now, bro.
Blue eyes because you have a gene for blue eyes.
Right.
If someone is gay, then there should be a gene that we can isolate and say it's the gay gene. And science has been looking for the gay gene for a long time. And my question is, where is it? I'm waiting on my gay gene. I ordered a gay gene and it hasn't arrived yet. Waiter, where's my gay gene?
No, scientists have not found a gay gene in the sense of a single gene that determines sexual orientation like eye color. What they have found is that the male same-sex attraction is influenced by many small genetic effects spread across the genome. Hundreds or thousands of common genetic variants, each with tiny impact. Okay, that sounds like cope. That sounds like cope to me.
Me like you might be.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my gay gene. And if there isn't a gay gene, then it's totally within bounds. It's not homophobia. It's not hate. I don't want to arrest people in Liberia or whatever the hell you're talking about.
By the way, I did get at one point when I made the Tucker Rogan edit, I had somebody that worked for Tucker reach out to me that said that Tucker loved the edit and to keep making them. Okay? So Tucker, get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together.
I just want to know, what is this? And no one will answer the question. And I don't know why. It's weird, right? Why can't we have a non-emotional conversation with, why are you gay? As they say in Nigeria, why are you gay? And no one will answer it.
I think there is definitely, I mean, there might be biological factors, you know, genetics that we don't understand, or like what Grok just tried to tell me, maybe that's kind of true. But you cannot deny that like culture and upbringing, that definitely plays a large effect in it too as well. And it's hard to tell, like, is it because there's so many people that are not in the closet where 30 years ago they would have been in the closet? And is that why the numbers are going up? I mean, that sounds like obviously that would have an effect. It's more, I mean, actually, it's more than just societally okay. Like you get celebrated for it now. So obviously people are less incentive to stay in the closet unless you're like an athlete or something. I think there's still probably a lot of like football stars and basketball stars who are probably gay, but in the closet, because that's probably the one place where you still probably will get judged for it. But who knows? You probably wouldn't. You'd be celebrated. You'd be on all the magazines. Ooh, gay quarterback is storming the league. And yeah, you probably would be celebrated. Like if you're a gay quarterback and, you know, wasn't there a gay, like lineman? And then they like cut him and he never got a team. And then everybody was like, oh, it's because he came out as gay. And then other people was like, well, actually, he just wasn't that good. A lot of people don't make it in the NFL. It's fucking hard. This one gets really racy. I want to say a little warning, a little heads up. The language is a little spicy. Okay, I do not condone all of this. This is all, you know. I'm not saying any of this, but this is to make a point about freedom of speech and why in America we enjoy freedom of speech, where a country like Great Britain is basically a fascist country. We're going to bring out the fascists. I don't know. I mean, it's a non-free speech country, which is kind of disgusting. Great Britain. You don't believe in freedom of speech?
Elizabeth Kinney from Tranmere. Have you read about this?
Go on.
She's a mother of 4. I think she's a nurse, and she gets beaten up by her boyfriend. He beats her up. She goes to the hospital, and she texts someone, a buddy of hers, a friend of hers, a girlfriend of hers, and describes the man who beat her up and sent her to the hospital as a, quote, faggot. It's a faggot.
Did you have to say it twice, Tucker? We heard you the first time, bro. He's like, now let me say it twice, just to make sure my point gets across here.
And she's arrested and convicted of a hate crime. The guy who beat her up is not arrested or convicted. And then she goes through this whole kabuki, which is now required, where she prostrates herself before the judge. I'm sorry, it was not a homophobic rant. By the way, you're allowed to be homophobic if you want in a free country. You can have any view you want. But no, because she used the word faggot, she's arrested, and the guy who punched her in the...
You're allowed to have the view, but you won't be allowed to have a career. You won't allow to have a job. You'd essentially have to find a way to make money where nobody knows who you are on the other end. Like maybe you like sell things, like you have to make like little knickknacks and sell them under a different alias or something. So essentially, yes, you have the freedom. Like the government's not going to come after you, but society will destroy your life. So do we actually have that freedom? I don't know.
The face was not.
We have it more than Great Britain, that's for sure.
That story tells you everything.
Well, I don't know that story. If it's exactly
Daily Mail, baby.
Okay.
Pictures of her and everything.
Not doubting it. I'm just saying I need to look into it. But if that is how you've told it, obviously it's ridiculous.
Would you say the word faggot on camera?
No.
Why?
I love it. I think he does. I think he actually does end up saying it because I watched when I watched the full podcast yesterday. There's like a point where he does reference the word.
Because
you don't want to get arrested, do you?
Doesn't want to be arrested.
Because it's so harmful to people?
No.
Is that like gay bashing? What's wrong with that?
No, actually, my whole issue with the whole trans debate, for example, is you don't need to slide into actually saying derogatory stuff about trans people to make the point that women's rights should be protected. You don't need to.
Well, I agree.
So what? I don't believe.
But we've changed the world to being like the word itself. I'm not as old as Tucker, but I'm from a generation where we would use that word a lot. And I never saw anybody use it against an actual gay person. It was always against your straight buddies who you loved and were good friends with. And they did something, they missed the jump shot. They said something stupid, and you would be like, yeah, you're being up, and it was nothing against gay people. It was just a word we used because I guess it was like a shot at your friend's masculinity or whatever. But yeah, now we've reached the point where it's like, even though you're not using the word, like you can't even reference the word. You can't even just say the word to reference it and be like, yeah, somebody called somebody a blah. You can't even reference it now. So it doesn't even matter the context, which context is everything. When it comes to the words you're using, the context of how you're using them makes all the fucking difference. That's how words work. But yet, it doesn't matter for these words. These words are never good, even if you're referencing them, even if you're not using them to insult somebody. It's a weird world we live in. It would be nice if we could get past it, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. I really don't. Maybe we got retard back. We won the battle for the retard, and we won that, and we got that back for the moment. For the moment, we can say retard. Are we going to win this battle? I don't think so. I don't think this is one we can win. I don't know. But it looks like old Tucker. He's trying. It's
a magic word.
I don't believe in needlessly sneering.
Well, I'm not smearing anybody. I just think.
But what would you use that word?
Faggot?
Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah, but would you
faggot,
use it?
Faggot.
Okay, but why?
And I'm using it because you're not allowed to, because you're...
I'm allowed to.
Go ahead.
I don't want to.
Say, I love gay people. Faggot.
I'm allowed to. I just choose not to.
This chick just got arrested for it and convicted.
Right.
So that doesn't have a chilling effect on your ability to...
Look, there are people watching this who will be offended by the use of the word
I'm sure they
chick.
will. I'm not anti-gay. I never have been. I can use any freaking word I want.
Offended by the use of the word chick.
Chick. Okay, whatever.
How dare you be so sexist comparing women to chicks?
How about that?
I've never seen somebody get upset about the word chick in my entire life. Is that true? Do people get upset if you say chicks? Hey, this chick, that chick, bunch of chicks. That's not even a derogatory term. It's just, what the fuck? That's a problem now? I didn't know that.
Let my life, the way that I actually live and treat people, be the testament to my heart. That's how I feel.
Okay, well, I took a big risk playing that, but what the fuck? That's what I'm here for. Take risks. I don't know, man. Do you think we're going to get that word back? Do you think there's going to be a time and place where dudes can just, rip on each other the way we did when I was a kid, using that word without being fucking considered a terrible person? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Here's Piers Morgan's response. This clip has been wrongly interpreted. As I told Tucker, I wouldn't say it because I think it's an offensive, derogatory slur against gay people. Yeah, but if you're not using the word if you're not using it against a gay person, and you're just referencing it, in the case like Tucker here is just referencing the word because it's newsworthy, because people are going to jail for saying the word, and you can't even reference the word because you're afraid of going to jail. That is the story here, Piers. The story isn't, oh, the word is a derogatory slur, but no, it's you can't use a word in England without going to jail. That's the point. What is going on with that? And then you guys act all hotty potty, all hotty toddy, like you're better than us and smarter than us. You guys don't even have freedom of speech. I'm glad I was born in America and not the UK, to be honest. Seems like it's turning into a shithole. God bless the people of Great Britain, though. I just feel bad for you, son. I feel bad. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's that. He also said, okay, let me read the rest of it. Not because I was too scared in case someone arrested me. I wouldn't say the N-word for the same reason. Is Tucker going to do an episode and do the same thing with the N-word now? He won't survive that one. He won't survive that one, bro. If he did the same thing, just replace, the F-bomb with the N-bomb, he wouldn't survive that. That wouldn't. He'd be on Rumble with Nick Fuentes in 5 minutes, bro. You can use it. Stop saying you can't. Yeah, you can use it. Good luck. Good luck. Go online and use it as much as you want and see what the reaction is. Apparently you can't. I mean, on Twitter, I see people now like rage baiting with the word, getting a bunch of views. And it's like, oh, okay, so now we can use it? Or is it just you that can use it? Because then other people use it and then they get hit. Other people use it, no problem. So it's The weird world we're living in now. But yeah, man. We'll do this one. Will be a little short Thanksgiving one. That's about it. Starting with the little things like offense. What are we talking about? I missed the rest of your comment there, CWG. Let me get this back here. So yeah, that was fun. Go watch that full episode, by the way. Just search Tucker Piers on YouTube. I don't have the link pulled up right now. But it's worth the watch. If you haven't seen it yet and you're sitting here on Thanksgiving with nothing to do, watch that entire episode. It is a gold mine. Where's our stimulus? Dude, I don't want stimulus. I want my taxes cut. I don't want the stimulus. I want you to just stop taxing my income. That's what I want. You have to buy a pass? Oh, psych, I didn't know that. Tell me where I can get a pass. I need one. I don't need to type it. I use it in my private life plenty. Good, Colt C. It's good for you, brother. I use it in my head pretty much. It's still stuck. It's in my head permanently. It's hard to get out because I grew up with that word being used all the time. And yeah, it's still in my head anytime I'm upset with somebody. Never for a gay person, though. Never for a gay person. Oh, man. That's so weird we can't insult people. Why can't we insult people? Shouldn't we have the right to insult people? I guess not. L taxes. Yeah, dude, don't send me money. I don't want your fucking money. Just stop taking my money. You keep your money, I keep my money, and we're all happy, okay? I don't need your fucking money. I grew up in a different house, you know? You've always been able to say it. We just stopped because we didn't want to be mean. We don't care anymore. Yeah, but also, like, you gotta understand, people need jobs. And that's really where a lot of the fear comes. And a lot of the, like, oh, I can't fuck around. Because it's not just that, like, oh, most people don't have huge social media platforms, so they don't really care. That's not a big deal if they get banned off the internet, like somebody like me who makes my living on the internet. But their jobs, bro. People will get fired if they're found out to use that word. You know that. They will lose their job. And if it becomes a big enough thing, a public thing, like, good luck. Good luck. Your career is probably over. You're going to be fucking washing cars in the desert, bro. And that's the real, silencing of people right there. It's like, yeah, oh, you can say it, but that doesn't mean I have to employ you and give you a job now. Because systemically, we are reduced to tax cattle. Pretty much, Volps. Pretty much. Give me 1830 taxes and 2025 civil rights, and I'm good. I'll take those 1830 taxes as well, bro. You could insult someone, but only in these conditions. Yeah. Well, what conditions, CWG? What conditions? Context is also irrelevant. I don't know, CWG. You're talking a lot. I'm not getting the full context of all your messages. Being offended is infinitely subjective. That's what we need to teach. Instead of teaching people to be politically correct, we need to teach people how to not be so fucking offended over everything. To have thicker skins. To not let words affect their well-being. Instead, we reinforce that shit to where it's like, oh yeah, you're justified to be crashing out over words. Rather than, why are you crashing out over words? That's kind of weak. That's thick-skinned. You need to fucking develop a little tougher outer shell, not let words affect you. We need to bring back sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Okay, I know that sounds lame and cheesy and cringe. We need to bring that back, and we need to paste that on every wall of every school, every university, every government building. Private businesses, you can jump in. A lot of people, they got those little billboards. Put it on the billboard. We need to get that in people's heads again, because that is the way. It's always been the way, and it's more than ever needed to be the way right now. Am I right or am I right? Or am I right? What are we talking about weed? Why are you guys talking about weed? I haven't talked about weed at all in this episode. 420 Dope Throne. If quitting weed is good for you, that's great. Do it and shut the hell up about it. Who are you talking? Are you arguing with someone in there? I guess you're talking about somebody in there. I don't know what we're talking about here, dude. You guys are having your own conversation. Like, why are we talking about weed? I haven't mentioned weed one time this whole episode. I don't think I have. Anyway, guys, Pink Trip, we all can't have thick skin like you. I'm not even close to being fat as you. Okay, Queen Lean. You're going to attack my weight? That's nice. That's nice of you. Very generous. Very generous attack there. What are we talking about my weight for, bro? Send me a picture of yourself. I want to confirm you're not as fat as I am. Because I don't know if I believe that, dude. I don't know if I believe that. Annoying as fuck hearing grown men lecture others about what works about them. Okay. Why are we fighting about weed right now, guys? What are we fighting about weed right now? It is a little weird, 420. There are a lot of like anti-weed people. I'm seeing it all over X. Every time I look, it's like people that are like, oh, this is what weed is destroying society. People need to get back to drinking. And there's even people that are like trying to push people to drink more. They're like, society was better when kids would drink more and like they'd be more social, and people aren't being social because they're not drinking. And it's like, really, is that the case? What you're telling me, like humans couldn't figure out how to meet each other and have sex without alcohol? Like because there's less people are getting drunk, there's less kids. It's like, I doubt that might be a part of it, but that's like not the main fucking factor. The main fucking factor is technology, dude. It's the fact that we could all lock ourselves in our little fucking rooms and have endless entertainment forever and talk to all of our friends and be completely connected and not feel isolated. Technology, the internet, that's a big part of it. Weed is goog for my keyboard. Do not drink either. Honestly, I think weed's better than alcohol. I understand the social lubricant that is alcohol. If you're going out and you're nervous about being around people, a couple drinks will definitely help that. But the downsides for me personally, and everybody's different, the way my body reacts afterwards, like I'll catch a buzz. Sometimes I'll even get a headache before I catch a buzz with beer. That's why I don't drink beer anymore. If I drink it all, it's going to be like liquor. You know, I have like a Jack and Coke or something like that. But if I drink beer, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting like, as I'm getting older, I'm more sensitive to like hops or barley or the yeast or something, but sometimes I'll get a headache before I even catch a buzz. So I don't fuck around with beer anymore. But if I do drink, you know, some whiskey doesn't do it. Whiskey will usually be fine. You know, I like a little Tito's, some like good quality vodka, you know, and don't mix anything. And then that's the best chance of not feeling too shitty afterwards. But yeah, the cost of drinking is just, especially when you don't drink all the time, you really feel how shitty it makes you feel. You know, people who drink all the time, it's like becomes normal. So they're kind of used to waking up in the morning and feeling like they got run over by a train. But when you're not used to that and you don't drink, like that sucks. And you're like, I don't want to feel this way again. But that's me, you know, maybe not everybody's the same. If you're young, it's definitely not the same. Because when I was young, it didn't affect me the same way. But now it wrecks me, bro. It wrecks me. Use responsibly sounds gay, but it's true. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it sounds gay. I think it sounds smart and it's good advice. But if you're young and you'd be like, oh, that's gay. Oh, everything's gay when you're young, you know. Being smart and responsible is gay when you're young. But it's smart, yeah. Drink responsibly, drink plenty of water, and just don't drink. Just don't drink if you don't have to. You know, who needs that? If you can be happy without drinking, that's the way to go. Same thing with weed. If you can be happy without smoking weed, do that. If you could be happy and enjoy your life completely sober, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Okay? But also, if you want the freedom to fuck around and try things, you should be able to do that as well. So, a lot of different ideas here. I drink every 2 to 3 other weekends, 1 pack of smokes per year. Well, that sounds like you're very disciplined, MFG. That's the way to do it. I can drink too much if it's not Natty Light. Oh, dude, Natty Light. I can't even do beer, man. Too many Busch Lights. Jesus says get buzzed. Yeah, Jesus wants us all to get drunk, guys. Jesus demands us to get drunk. Guys, moderation, otherwise shut up. You got it, 420 Dope Throne. Guys whose entire profile is based on marijuana talking about moderation. Is this what's going on? Are you two guys fighting about weed? Is that what's going on? Look, you can have your whole profile be about marijuana and still understand that the key to enjoyment is moderation. It's not even about like, I mean, health is a big part of it, but it's also about enjoyment. Like if you smoke every single day, all day long, it does lose some of the fun of it, as opposed to if it's an occasional thing. Same thing with alcohol. Same thing with your favorite foods. Like if you eat your favorite food every day, you'll quickly find out it's no longer your favorite food and you're kind of tired of it. So it's not just about health. It's also about enjoyment and quality of life. Things are better when they're not, when there's a little space between when you do them. High as fuck off that Lucy today, though. Well, congratulations, Cannabis Review. Weed makes me paranoid. Yeah, not me anymore, Nerio. I think, there a lot of times people that don't regularly smoke, the first time they smoke, it's never the same the first time you do it, it's never the same. It's never that way again. Maybe if you quit for like 10 years or something, maybe it'll be close. But yeah, so people get like a weird impression.
2181 super chatted $4.99. It helps if you're Scots or Irishes.
Yeah, they seem to be able to put them down, man. I mean, I got a little bit of Scotch Irish in me, and it doesn't seem to help me at this point in my life. I don't know. I mean, I could drink like a lot when I was younger, and you know, I could drink a lot of people under the table when I was younger, but there became a point where it just was not worth how shitty I feel. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Totally lost my point. Nick has fractured MAGA. Some need to accept he's the future. I don't think he's the future, bro. He might be the future, like big time talk show guy that's gonna be entertaining and have a lot of viewers, but he's not the future politically. He's not a serious political figure. He's not. I'm sorry, but he's not. Yes, this is live, Captain Titus Frost. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Did you guys all have some good turkey today? Everybody better had some turkey today. If any of you didn't have turkey, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, I was talking about weed. The first time you do it, it's not always... Some people, it does... Like, I've talked about this before. I have friends that they would smoke and they would go into like a fucking coma. And I'd be sitting there smoking the same amount, if not more, and I'd be fine. And I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? And they'd be like, eyes rolling back in their head. So yeah, not everybody gets affected the same way. But the first time, like if you don't have a tolerance and you do too much, you can have, you know, a pretty, you know, paranoia-filled high, which is not good. Also, from what I understand, sativas will make you paranoid, whereas what's it called? Indicas will not make you so paranoid. So indica will kind of make you tired, where sativa will like kind of pick you up energy wise, but it also might bring on some paranoia. But thank you for the 10 MFG. Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you, brother. Very, very awesome, dude. I love it when you guys send 10 gifts. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Welcome to all the new members. Got a lot of new people out here today, huh? Welcome everybody. Keanu Creams, David J, E-Rock. I am Kevin McCarthy. He is Kevin McCarthy. Castillo. Yeah, I think I remember Castillo. Bob Digital. Hector Traducione. I remember some of you guys. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome. Miles Coaster. I know Miles. It's Dio. What's up, dude? Welcome, everybody. Say thank you to MFG with the generous 10, the cash money. The free cash money to the chat. And look, guys that are members, if you're a member, you don't get ads on here, right? If you join up, you sign up as a member, you don't get ads when you watch this show. Is that correct? Let me double check this. Let me see. Apparently, according to Grok, no, it doesn't remove ads. Oh, that sucks. They should add that, bro. Yeah, but YouTube's greedy. I mean, if you're a YouTube member, a YouTube premium subscriber, you're not getting ads. But I thought if you joined up, like my channel, you became a member to my channel, when you watched my channel, you wouldn't get ads. I thought that was the case, but apparently not. Apparently not. John, you'll get better. Yeah, you will get better soon, John. Just look, the best thing you can do, John, when you're feeling sick is to get as much sleep as possible. Rest your body. Okay, don't go into work if you can afford it. If they'll let you take a sick day, take a sick day. Get plenty of fluids, John. Drink plenty of water. Okay? Gargle, get some like hot water, pour some salt in there, gargle that. That can help with your throat. And vitamin D, John. Please, if you have vitamin D supplements, take some vitamin D supplements and some vitamin C. Like, take all your vitamins. Make sure you got all your vitamins. And then rest, feed, hydrate, rest. You'll be better, John, okay? All right? And if it doesn't get better, go see a doctor, okay, buddy? Hope you're doing good. Happy Thanksgiving, John. Happy Thanksgiving. Premium is a solid value, but also fuck YouTube. Yeah, I feel you. It just depends. Like, if you're like me, and essentially YouTube is what you use for entertainment. I mean, I don't watch cable TV. I have a Netflix account, but I like never use it. It's worth it. Who wants to see fucking ads on YouTube? Why would you? I mean, that, and then you want to go out of you want to like do some chores around the house and listen to a podcast on your phone with your earbuds. It's kind of a necessity, because otherwise, every time your phone locks down, you're going to lose the fucking pod. So for me, I pay for it. It's a necessity, but it would be nice if they made it so where people that became members of my channel wouldn't get fucking ads when they watched things on my channel. That would make sense, and it would incentivize people to become members. But, you know, then maybe people wouldn't buy premium. That's probably the thing there. YouTube probably cares more about their premium sales. Do you dab? Are you talking to me? No, I don't dab. I've never dabbed, Nico. Yeah, I'm not into the hardcore shit. I'm at the point where, like, I'll just have a bowl and just take a little puff and I'm good. You know? When I was younger, we used to do all the crazy shit, put on the oxygen mask or the gas masks and flood the gas mask and like I mean, that was insane. I did that in my early 20s, and like, you end up coughing. It just ruins everything, because I don't want to cough. Because there are times if I'm smoking and then I go too hard and I cough and then I have a headache, the cough will bring on a headache, and then it just ruins the whole high. And I'm not trying to get like super stoned. I'm just like, just a little bit. So, but when I was younger, yeah, I used to go crazy. YouTube ads are how I learned about PrEP HIV vaccine. Well, thank God. Thank God. Redacted Pink Trip. Yeah, but even non-politician talk show people like Walter Cronkite, Bill Donahue, William F. Buckley, etc., are hugely influential on politics. Nick will be that on steroids. We'll see, man. That he could be that, but he's always going to be kind of toxic. That's the problem. So every time somebody's like it's like if Howard Stern supported my show, because to me it's like Howard Stern but politics. Like, he's being super edgy. It's like, maybe there's better comparisons than Howard Stern, but like, let's say Howard Stern was like, I like this politics. Let's say I was running for president. Howard Stern put his support behind me, and they'd be like, yeah, but what about this one chick that Howard Stern was doing? You know, it's, you know, one of the things Howard Stern did that now when you look back, it looks fucking terrible. Would I have to say, nope, I don't disavow that. I agree with that 100%. Because with Nick, you can't ever be like, oh, but I like Nick and I'll talk to him and I don't think he should be banned and blah, blah, but I don't like this part of him, right? You can't do that with Nick, because then he cries and then he gets his whole army of fucking groypers to attack you. The moment you fucking have any disagreement or you say, I don't like that he did this or did that, then he cries about it. Instead of just going like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, of course we're not all going to agree on everything, but he still is the best candidate. Because that's what I would be. I'd be like, if I was in his position, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, disavow me. I don't care. What I care more about is like getting the right politicians in there, the right people elected to initiate an America First agenda. I care more about that than, oh, my little feelings getting hurt. But maybe Nick's too young and it's too much in his feels. I don't know. But that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Framing with the 5. Let's watch the Larry Bird mixtape set to DMX. He meant Dabbleverse as in Stuttering John. Let's watch the Larry Bird mixtape set to DMX. What are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about Dabbleverse? Yeah, I don't fuck with the guy that asked about dabs earlier, Freeman. Yeah, I don't fuck with that. I've seen like some Stuttering John drama pop up every now and then. Stuttering John seems like a real piece of shit. But yeah, I don't follow that, dude. I never found Stuttering John entertaining. Even when I was listening to Howard Stern, he was on Stern, I always thought Stuttering John was annoying. Never liked Stuttering John. Never liked him. We were talking about Larry Bird mixtape set to DMX. Let me see. What are we talking about here? Let me see if I can find what we're talking about. Well, there's a lot of Larry Bird Ultimate mixtapes, so I don't know which one we're talking about. I don't see one that points to DMX or has DMX in the title. What's the actual name of the video? I can try to search it by the title. Because I'm looking up Larry Bird mixtapes, and there's a whole fucking page of just nothing but Larry Bird mixtapes. So, which one are we talking about? Which one are we talking about, boys? Which one are we talking about? And yeah, thank you for the 5, Freeman. Much appreciated, brother. I'm getting a headache right now before I get a buzz. I'm 10 minutes back. It happens, Collar Tie. That's why, are you drinking booze Are you drinking booze? Are you drinking alcohol? Are you drinking beer or are you drinking liquor? Because it won't happen to me if I'm drinking liquor. If I'm drinking liquor, I'm drinking vodka, it doesn't happen. But if I'm drinking like Budweiser or some fucking beer, that happens to me every now and then. Nick is 67. Funny. I mean, age is just a number. Ask Epstein. Yeah, well, ask a judge, to be honest. See how that goes. It's not going to go very well. It is incredibly rare for a 27-year-old to be able to do what Nick does. Nick's very talented. He's a very talented broadcaster. He's great. He can go on for 3-4 hours. You know, he's good. That's a skill set that, somebody like Nick makes it look easy. It's not easy. He's built up that skill set because he started from a young age. I don't know if he had training or something. I don't know, but Nick he's great at what he does. But he's got to get out of his feels. It's got to not be so much about him. Everything's about him. He thinks he's going to like take over the world or some shit. It's like, no, you're going to have a very popular, successful show and you're going to be influential. But you got to stop getting mad when people disavow you, dude. When people go like, even like when they fucking are willing to have you on their show and be nice to you and promote you, but then they go, oh, I don't like this part, these things he said, and then you crash out about it. Like you got to grow up, dude. You got to stop being that way. King is coping on the Groiper takeover. We'll see. We'll see who's coping, bro. Time will tell. Time will tell. Called a joke, brother. Ask a judge. Shaking my head. Well, I was just responding. You said age is just a number. Well, ask a judge. If age is just a number, if that's gonna work. But I get it. You're joking, bro. Don't be so sensitive. It's okay. Ping gets all the Groipers are here now. Ping gets those 7K checks. Me thinks. Yeah. All the Groipers are here. All the Groipers. You guys are so sensitive, bro. So sensitive. The whole world has to be exactly what you want them to be, and have your opinion on everything, or you guys start crying and attacking. It's very, very weird. You guys are kind of against free speech, I think. Nick was trained by Ben Shapiro movie reviews. I think there was a point where like they were trying to kind of make him the next Ben Shapiro, wasn't there? Wasn't there a point? And then Ben like threw him under the bus because he criticized Israel, which we've all heard the story 100 times over. I'm on Team Ping tonight. Yeah, well, thank you, Cannabis Review. Thank you. Most of the people here are. It's just the Nick fanboys. They get real upset the second you don't just suck Nick's dick. If you suck Nick's dick the way they do, then they like you. But the second you're like, Nick is this and Nick is that, but I disagree with this. Oh my God, you disagree with Nick? You're fucking taking a $7,000 check and you're blah, blah, blah. You guys are so sensitive, bro. You really are. Ben is sensitive. Ben is sensitive. Ben is also fucking a little. I don't trust Ben. I really don't. There's something about Ben where it's like, I don't think he was ever really a America First MAGA. I think he just wore it like a skin suit because he read the writing on the wall. Ben is always a neocon, Israel Firster. And that's always been who he is. And the mask is slipping right now. We're all seeing it. I don't know. I don't think Nick truly has America's interest at heart, but he really a psyop type shit. I've said it too. I think there's a possibility there because if the left could literally, like in a lab, could like create a MAGA supporter, that's who they would create. Nick Fuentes would be who the left their little create a MAGA supporter game. That's who they'd create. They'd create Nick. That's their perfect vision of what they think MAGA is. And he comes around and just, so it's, but it's also could just be just the way it is, Not everything is a psyop possibly, but it sure looks like one. So I don't know. But can we get off the subject of Nick? Because I know a lot of people get their feelings hurt the moment I talk about Nick. And we're trying to have fun here on Thanksgiving. We don't want the Groipers to be angry and upset and go to bed crying tonight. Okay? We don't want that. We don't want that. For real, drugs are how I feel after eating shit. Okay, so you're saying like after you eat, you feel like shit. Is that what you're saying? You feel like hungover? I have that problem too if I'm eating like high carb. Like if I'm eating garbage, it's like fast food will do that to me. Anything high sugar, of course, you get the sugar crash. But if you're having that to where, because when I was at my fattest, I don't even know how long ago it was, but I was like about 250, 258 actually. That was when I weighed in. I might have been bigger at some point, but that was the most I ever weighed in at. And Every meal, like I would wake up in the morning and I would have a few hours of like energy and production, and then I would eat my first meal and I would just fucking crash out and all my energy would be gone. And the rest of the day, it was just like fighting to feel awake. And it's not like I would just pass out, but it's just like you go into anybody who's experienced it, you know what I'm saying. But like you go into this place where like you're there, but your mind's not firing fast enough, and you're just everything's dragging. And yeah, getting into like a keto style meal plan where I got my carbs down real low. That shit doesn't happen. To me, that's like one of the things. Like people talk a lot of shit about keto, but man, the energy levels when you stop eating all those carbs and you go with a high fat diet and you start eating meat and you get rid of the breads and the sugars and all that, that crash goes away. Along with a lot of other health issues. Like I had my gallbladder removed 13 years ago. Yeah, 2012. And when you have your gallbladder removed, a lot of people, I think pretty much everybody gets IBS because your gallbladder is what siphons the bile. So like your liver creates the bile, it goes to your gallbladder, then your gallbladder kind of decides how much bile your stomach needs at the time to break up food. That kind of gets out of whack because you don't have a gallbladder. So the bile just will drop from your liver at large amounts or whatever. I'm not a scientist, but it's essentially that. And it will cause you to have IBS where you eat and you just have to run and shit right away. And yeah, when I first got out of surgery, one of the things they told me was don't eat high fat foods because that's going to make your IBS worse. You know, you'd be best off eating like a kind of a vegetarian style, a vegetarian lifestyle. Well, it turned out when I went to keto and most of my food was high fat, low carb, my IBS went away. So I don't know. Explain that to me, doctors. But I've seen that happen to a lot of people. A lot of people stop with the fucking, the regular diet that's all high carbs and a lot of sugar, and they start eating keto and their IBS goes away. So not to mention just having more energy, dude. No crashes, having energy all day long. Also, there's like mental benefits too, where like you just feel better. There's people who their depression goes away when they go keto. I felt it too. I mean, I wasn't like I was severely depressed or anything, but I just felt better mentally, more mentally just there and happy and enjoying life. All from a keto diet. It's crazy. So diet plays a huge, huge part in it. And a lot of people want to shit on keto. They want to shit on it, but I mean, look at how humans lived for so many years. Like what we did was we ran around and hunted animals and we ate meat and fruit and vegetables. And for a long period of time, we were hunters and gatherers. We were just whatever we could pick. And, if it was in season, we'd get some fruits or whatever, but it wasn't year round. Year round was the animals we killed and ate. And I think that is more of a baseline for how humans are supposed to live. And obviously you can have carbs and you can have sugars and all that, but when it becomes your everyday meal is filled with that shit, that's not good. Not good. And then you store all your fat. Your body stops knowing how to burn fat. So every fucking thing you eat that has fat in it, your body never burns that fat. It just puts it on. Whereas once you go keto, all of a sudden your body learns how to use fat for energy. And now you're not storing fat. You're burning fat. It's better for your brain. A lot of good benefits. So if you haven't tried keto, give it a try. Obviously, fasting, OMAD, that all goes with it. Because when you start eating keto, like I didn't have to try to fast. I would just fast because I wasn't hungry. Because when you're eating keto, when you're eating high fat, carnivore, whatever you want to call it, you're not as hungry. Every meal, you'll eat like once or twice a day, and then you won't be hungry again for a long fucking time. So fasting's not very hard when you're not constantly hungry. When you're eating high carb, 2 hours later, you could have the most biggest meal ever. 2 or 3 hours later, you're hungry again. I think a big part of it is nutrition too. Like how much nutrition is in the food you're eating. Because you could eat 10 pounds of food that has less nutrition than 1 pound of food. And which one would be better for you? The 1 pound of food that has the same nutrition as 10 pounds of food? Like that's 10 pounds of bullshit your body's got to fight through in order to get that 1 pound of nutrition. And it's turning out like a lot of the foods are losing their nutritional value. I think I read that tomatoes have like 1/20th of the nutrition that it used to have like in the 50s. So whatever scientists are doing to tomatoes, they're losing the nutritional value they used to have. So I think that's across the board with a lot of our foods. I think this might be a big problem with what's going on, why people are getting fat, because You're having to eat 10 pounds of shit to get the same nutrition that 1 pound of shit used to give you. So what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get fat, and your body's probably still starving for nutrition. I have seen every grain used in our food and even stored in silos. It will grow due to any moisture. Alrighty. Same as insects are all in the food, bro. Yeah, don't tell me that, dude. Okay, I don't want to. We are dying. The tomatoes have no values. Yep. I mean, it's true though. That's what I read. That's what I read. I think it was the 50s. Tomatoes used to have 20 times the nutritional value that they have today. And I think that's basically across the board with most food, except meat. Meat still has the same nutritional value it's always had. And it's the most nutritional food at the end of the day. And what's the point of eating? To get nutrition. That's why when you start eating meat, you lose weight, you feel great because you're getting all the nutrition you need. You're not forcing your body to have to fucking break down 20 pounds of shit to get a tiny amount of nutrition. It's just so much better. It makes perfect sense. Got to eat 3 pounds of shit then? Oh, wow, I didn't know that. What are we talking about here, Nerio? Here in Italy, they are illegal for human consumption, and I don't agree with that. What's illegal, Nerio? Tomatoes? Tomatoes? There's no way tomatoes are illegal in Italy. What are we talking about? American tomatoes? Insects? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys banned American tomatoes. Like, because Italy, you guys seem to know what's going on. Like, all the pasta in Italy is healthier. People don't feel bad when they don't gain weight eating Italian pasta. It's crazy. I don't know what we're doing to our food, but I think we've allowed corporations to run so many science experiments on food for the sake of their profits that we're at a point now where, yeah, it tastes good, but who knows what the fuck they did with it. It's not very nutritional. Insects. Yeah, I would ban eating insects as well, bro. Fuck that shit. I remember somebody tried to give me some chocolate covered ants or whatever. You guys ever had that? Or chocolate covered crickets or whatever. They're like insects covered in chocolate. And yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Bugs are allowed in ketchup. 30 fruit flies per 1,100 grams of ketchup. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's just because they make it in such large batches that it's almost impossible to keep any insects from getting in there, right? It's GMO and pesticide free and organic in Italy. Yeah, I've heard that. Like people that like get fat and like have all these negative side effects from eating pasta, which I do. That's something like if I eat pasta, I'll crash and have no energy afterwards. Like what I eat before I do one of these shows is very important. Like if I eat a bunch of pizza or some shit, I'm going to be tired during the show. My brain's barely going to be moving. So people don't have that effect when they eat the Italian pasta. They don't gain weight. They feel great. They don't get bloated. I don't know, man. Well, we got to copy whatever Italy's doing, obviously. Wheat is awful. Yeah, I don't really eat wheat. Bug is all food, bro. Italians haven't deleted tomatoes. They are looking after them within. Carpe diem. It's basically plastic that grows from the earth, if even that. Additives. No, I think it's, yeah, additives, whatever. It's like a science experiment. Like we've allowed corporations to do all kinds of crazy shit. And they're trying to figure out how to make their food bigger. It's like, okay, so it looks bigger. It looks like you're eating more food, but the nutritional value is actually less or the same, right? So if you make a normal sized tomato, you make it 10 times bigger. The consumer goes, oh my God, look at this giant tomato. It looks so great. But that tomato probably still has the same nutritional value as an average tomato, but now you eat 10 times as much to get, I don't know, just speculating. Baco, what's up, brother? If you've eaten tomatoes from a garden versus from the store, you know something's up. Yeah, grow your own shit too. I bet you that makes a huge difference. We really need to start growing more shit locally. I've gotten deathly sick from breathing in dust from wheat and soybeans. So sure you should get sick, but not like that. Yeah, what were you doing, bro? You working at a wheat and soybean factory or something? How did you grow tomato? 10x. Pizza is not pasta, Ping. The fuck? Did I say pizza was pasta, Freeman? I'm trying to remember what I said. I think I said that if I was to eat a bunch of pizza, it would make me tired. I'm not saying pizza is pasta, but pizza has the same effect on me as pasta does. If I eat pizza, it'll make me sleepy. If I eat pasta, it'll make me sleepy. If I have a piece of cake, it'll make me sleepy. If I have anything that's high carb, especially if it's high carb because of sugar. It will make me sleepy. What about healthy bread, though? Isn't there good bread? Kind of confused about that. I'm sure there is 420 dope throne. I'm sure there is. I'm sure it's the same thing with Italy's pasta, how Italy's pasta is okay to eat, but America pasta is not. I'm sure the same thing with bread. Who knows what the fuck they're doing? But what I do, like if I want to have bread, I just get I try to keep it to 2 slices of bread. I get the Hill Country Fare. I get the cheap bread, and I get the extra thin Hill Country Fare bread because it's the lowest carb per slice. It's like 12 carbs a slice. So you can have I love toast. It's one of the things it's been hard for me to get rid of. And it's like, well, if I only eat 2 pieces of toast, that's only 24 carbs. And if I'm at 24 carbs, I'm usually good. That's not going to fucking kick me out of ketosis or, cause me to crash. So, 2 extra thin slices of bread toasted with butter. Yeah. It's hard to get rid of that because now I'm going to eat eggs and bacon with no toast. Like, oh, that sucks. That sucks. I mean, I could do it, but yeah, all bread, it's all carbs, bro. It's all carbs. That's all it is. It's all carbs. Bread is just carbs. Bread in the U.S. really shocked me. Yeah, it must be if you're living in Italy, Nario Sal. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Yeah, you just stay there, bro. Don't come here. And if you do, maybe go shopping and see if you can bring your own food over. But yeah, there are people that are like ordering pasta from Italy now because the difference is so huge. We have good bread in the U.S., but the common sandwich bread is so processed and weird. LOL. Okay. Source is the issue. You need a small amount of carbs. You don't really need carbs, bro. There's a lot of people that they eat 0 carbs. They're fine. They've been doing it for a long fucking time. No, everybody's not created equal. There's also, you think, oh, if I don't eat any carbs, I'm not going to, what's it called? Basically your muscle stores, glycogen, I believe. Is it glycogen? Glucose, sorry. You need carbs in order to make glucose because your muscles need glucose to function. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading that essentially your body will figure out how to create glucose on its own after a certain point of time. But yeah, there's a lot of people that have 0 carbs and they're fine. They've been fine for a long time. They haven't died. One thing you will die from not having, though, is fat. Like if you live on a fucking island and all you're eating is rabbits, you'll die because there's not enough fat in those rabbits. But you won't die from not eating carbs. You really don't need them. They put emulsifiers and other crap in our bread. Yeah, it's all science experiment. It's all science experiments, bro. That's just that. I mean, they've allowed all of our food supply to just become a giant science experiment, and we're the fucking guinea pigs, dude. It's great, ain't it? It's great. It's better to consume healthy fats for those same for those same energy you get from carbs. Well, yeah, because for me, like the carb energy is just like it's Timu energy. It's not the same. The energy levels you get from fat, not just for your body and your energy, but for the way your brain functions. Like I function at like 100% better when my body's using ketones for energy as opposed to carbs. It's just night and day. And you have to experience it yourself. Like you won't believe it until you do it. So commit 2 weeks. If you ever want to experience it, just commit 2 weeks, keeping your carbs between like 20 to 40 carbs a day. You can have carbs, but just keep it low enough. And if you want to be exact, to go get a glucose reader or a ketone reader that you can get like a little drop of blood and you can see the ketones in your blood and you can see if you're in ketosis or not. And you can find out the exact amount of carbs for you that you can eat in a day and still be in ketosis. Try that for 2 weeks. See how you feel. Okay? It's not easy because at first your body's gonna be like, where the fuck are all these carbs? I'm so used to the carbs. But after 2 weeks, you'll adjust. And the key is just finding, food that you really like. Like if you love ribeye, eat ribeye. You love eggs and bacon, fucking eat bacon. There was a point the first time I went keto, it was so hard that I was slamming bacon. I was just making packs of bacon every day because like I always could love some bacon. And the hardest part is sometimes like not wanting to eat meat and just forcing yourself to do it. And bacon will help you do it. So just slam the meat, man. Find the meats you like, find your favorite meat and make it every day. And just count your carbs and you can do it. Do it for 2 weeks. You'll be amazed. THCA never got me high enough. Well, I imagine if you're like smoking the regular shit, like I could see that. Yeah. It's also not going to be as strong as the regular shit. But I bet you if you quit for like a month and then you smoke THCA, you'd get pretty high. But it depends on what you're smoking, what your tolerance is, I guess. I don't know, but I don't want to get blasted. I just want to get a little loose, open up a little more creativity, get the creative juices flowing. Weed really helps me with that. Life hack, cook like 2 pounds on Sunday and mix it into everything. What are we mixing? Bacon goes good with anything. Yeah, no, I was just eating straight bacon, bro. I would just make a ton of fucking bacon and just eat bacon. I'd eat like a whole pack. Yeah, straight bacon. Steak and eggs, beef and eggs. There you go. You can live on well blubber and fish alone. Yep, the Inuits do that. The Alaskans. Or THC is Reggie. Yeah, I could see it being like Reggie if we're talking about. I mean, it is better than what I used to get in Texas. What we used to get in Texas before it was legalized and it started coming over from Colorado. We used to get the dirt weed from Mexico. So for me, THCA is way better than the shit we used to have. I mean, it's not better than the Colorado shit, but it's better than the dirt weed we used to get from Mexico. Which would get you high, by the way. It worked. And it was so fucking cheap. $40 for like an ounce of weed. Shit would last forever. What was it for? I forget. It was so long ago. It was cheap as fuck compared to what it is now. Like, I'm trying to actually make money. I'm poor and unemployed currently, so I don't see the point of smoking weed. Yeah, don't do it. If you don't see the point, don't do it. No one should feel forced to smoke weed, bro. I don't know what happened when I was a teenager. I just wanted to try it so bad. And then I tried it and I was like, this is great. And yeah, but you don't have to try it. You don't have to do it. I'd say you're better off not. Like anything else, you know, if you could not eat sugar, you're better off. If you could not drink coffee, you're better off. You know, if you don't need caffeine, you're better off. No weed, you're better off. No alcohol, you're better off. No cigarettes, you're better off. Great. If you can do that, do that. Some of us, you know, we fell short. Wish I kept all my brickweed sack seeds. Oh, dude, there's so many seeds, bro. So many seeds. That was the problem. Like, you can get the Colorado shit and, like, it's ready to go. The old dirt weed, it would be like, dude, you'd have to sit there just sorting out the seed. It would look like a lot, and then by the time you're done, it'd be like a fuckload of seeds and stems, and it is, oh. I'm so glad we don't deal with that shit anymore. Ping, you are a prophet. I don't know if I'm a prophet, bro, but thank you. Thank you. Eggs are so good. Yes, eggs are good. Eggs are good. I figured out how to make my own egg McMuffin. I was craving some McDonald's egg McMuffins, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make some myself. But I like the English muffins, so I bought some English muffins, some sausage, some maple flavored sausage, and it came out pretty fucking fire. It was fucking good. So no more McDonald's for me. I'm making my own McMuffins, bro. Finished weed. What are we doing here, J Sludge? You could buy a quarter back in the day and get 6 grams of stems and seeds. Yeah, it was pretty fucking annoying, dude. That was the worst part. It was great how cheap it was, but and then every now and then you'd miss a seed and you'd be smoking and it would explode in your pipe. Because when you smoke a seed, it pops. And then, you know, that would give you a headache too. You accidentally miss a stem or a seed and you smoke that, and then now you have a headache. No fun. But yeah, if you like smoking blunts, it was the shit because you could get so much weed. Get of the THC, Ping. You're telling me to get off the THC? There's no reason to get off the THC, eh? No reason. Perfectly fine.
At Spocko 2181 super chatted $4.99. Look at what carbs DOD to Pacific Islanders.
Yeah,
they're the only places fatter than us.
It's really bad for populations who have been hunting like pigs and like local game and just eating a lot of meat and whatever fruits and vegetables they can find, but mostly meat. And then you take that population and you put them on a modern high carb diet, they die young. They get all kinds of diseases. It's terrible, dude. It really is terrible. This is why it's so important we have a healthy meat supply. It is pissing. It does kind of worry me that our beef supply keeps going down. Like in 20 years, like meat might be just only rich people could eat meat. The rest of us are just rice and beans and fucking, that's going to be a disaster, bro. I remember going to Wendy's and ordering 11 junior bacon cheeseburgers. Don't tell me, man, MFG. I went to Wendy's actually it was a couple months ago, and I ordered the junior bacon cheeseburger, and it was like $3-something. They used to be 99 cents and they were so fire, dude. They were great. The bacon was great. It was crispy. And it was just a really good bacon cheeseburger for 99 cents. I mean, there were many lunches where I would just go to Wendy's and get me 2 99-cent bacon junior bacon cheeseburgers. And it was great. Now they're like $3-something a piece and they taste like shit. And apparently they're also got a lot smaller too. Everything sucks. I miss mids. Those were nice, similar to Reg's prices, but way less seeds, and at least it's green. Sometimes, yeah, every now and then, I remember back in the day, every now and then you'd get like a batch that was, like it was Reggie, but it was like really good Reggie, you know? Where it was like sticky and fucking, you know, nice-sized buds. But then every now and then you'd get just the garbage shit that was just a ton of seeds and a ton of stems. Ah, the old days, bro. The old days. That's the future. It looks like it's going that way, bro. If we don't get this shit fixed quick, you know, we don't start getting our cattle farmers to start investing in a bunch of new heifers and, you know, because it's going to take time to fix it. But if it keeps going the way it is, man, I mean, pigs, there still seem to be plenty of pigs. That's a good thing. A lot of people prefer beef over pork, but look, if pork is still better than no meat, right? It's still meat. It's still very nutritional. You know, pork catches a bad rap, but it's meat and it's fucking high in nutrition. And it's fucking badass if you know how to cook it. I mean, bacon, right? If you know how to make pork, it's fucking amazing. So yeah, that's at least one good thing is, you know, there's still a lot of fucking pigs out there, dude. That THC will make you like jazz music. Yuck. I mean, true. It depends what type of jazz, but some jazz music is fucking badass, bro. Some jazz music is legitimately fire. Not all of it. Pigs plus nanomachines equal organ donor on the ready. Pigs plus nanomachines equal organ donor on the ready. Okay. That went over my head, MFG. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support. You guys rock. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have another show tomorrow night. And I'll have more time to prepare. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully there'll be some good news tomorrow. There'll be some shit happening to talk about. But have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Much love. It's already, if you're East Coast, Thanksgiving's done. It's over. It's over. It's Black Friday now. Go out. Do people still go out on Black Friday? God, that was so stupid. Like, I always thought it was crazy. You're going to go out shopping at midnight so you can get a fucking deal? Are you retarded? I'm going to be at home at midnight, not out shopping. I don't think people do that anymore, do they? Aren't all the deals online now? Yeah, it's Black Friday, guys. On the East Coast, it's Black Friday. Go get a deal. Much love. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for all the support. MFG, thank you for the gifted memberships. Everybody that's a member, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Everybody send super chats. You guys rock. Thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you tomorrow night, okay? Peace out, everybody.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.